Let's go ahead and get the recording started here.
Trey, this is live, totally live. Let me do
All
that.
Right. All right, so guys, make sure that if you want to follow along with what we're doing here and some of the insights given into the market, join Tom's Telegram channel, dtitrader.com/Telegram. And of course, we want to invite everybody in to join the YouTube simulcast, dtitrader.com/YouTube. You can check out live presentations plus recorded presentations from earlier. Make sure when you're there, you subscribe to our channel so you can get the updates and click that thumbs up to let us know that you do like what we're doing. And by the way, go ahead and say good morning in that chat room. We look forward to seeing you guys there. Now, we are going to be talking about markets, so we have to make this clear. There is a very high degree of risk involved in trading. You and you alone are going to be responsible for the trading decisions you make. So make sure that they fit what you're looking to do. Always consider risk when looking at trades, and remember, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Now, a couple of the big news items. We're always keeping track of crude. 102.16 is where they opened. They had been up to 102.75. They've now been up to 103.67. So that's just in the past hour or so, crude continuing to climb. This morning, the big news was PPI coming in at 6% and then 5.2% for the core. Now, we do have Cisco after the earnings. We've got retail sales tomorrow, so the news doesn't stop with PPI, but that PPI was really eye-opening this morning. We'll get into that in just a second. Big key levels here. Our all-time high in the S&P is 74.5475. The overnight high from last night, Tom, 74.54 quarter. So this is still a market that is up and challenging that upper end. Our week opened at 74.0350. We were below it momentarily earlier today, but as I mentioned earlier in the preamble to this presentation here, we spent more time above the open than below the open. So we've got the market still on that upper edge, still pushing despite that news items. Tom, is this basically that inflation stuff is going to be transitory because there's an end game?
It'd take me a million years to use that word after Powell really, got his picture in the dictionary using that word. I won't use that word. I think that what you got to look at, folks, you got big things happening. Let me give you a hint. I told you in the heart of the big sell-off we had that the market would end up higher at the end of the year. Anybody remember that? Where I said, hey, folks, don't despair. This thing's going to be higher by the end of the year based on the stats, the probabilities. I also told you there would come a time that the sun would come out and we'll be playing. We did that on the blockade weekend. Market timing has always been a forte of mine. And when Wall Street said you couldn't do it, it sort of was like, well, you say I can't do it. I'm going to learn how. I learned how. But one of the great things about market timing, yesterday when we had the profit taking zone, I was on the sidelines, just watching. Today I started early, started last night, and it's pretty wild. But I want to show something. Jonathan, go into the futures first education room. I did something in there. I printed a chart. It's a trade that we taught, and I'd like to go over that for people to see. It was a classic setup, and it paid people about $500 if they did it. And but I want to show everybody that because every night at 6 the market opens up. Is everybody aware of that? In the let me see how I say it. In the futures market opens at 6. Give me a yes if you understand market opens at night. I have one thing. If you ever get a chance to take my futures training, you'll learn this trade. I've got people making this trade 3 or 4 times a week. I talked to several people that sent me letters saying, Tom, this one trade's worth it. Let me show you what happened. Last night is the classic setup. If you look at RB1, you'll see the high was about 28, if I remember correctly. And then you see the target would be 45. If you go look at the high last night, let's see, 54 went to 74.54. And I set a stop at 74.07 using a bracket order. I went to bed, slept like a baby, woke up this morning. I said, thank you very much for that $500. You know, when you're a kid, the tooth fairy would come by. Now I'm coming by, dropping these kind of trades on you at night. You just set the trade and send it. You know, so when I think realistically, somebody can pull down anywhere from 500 to 1,000 a week doing this one trade. I taught it I went back through it last week when we had the class together. Several people have been sending me what I call love letters from that, but I wanted to show it to you because it was really a perfect classic thing going with that lesson. Did everybody see the lesson, understand what I'm talking about? How the market opens tonight at 6? Give me a yes if you saw the picture of that. That picture seems to bring it together for people.
Yeah, let me bring that right up
there at the
slide.
Low, told us to get in, and where'd we go? Up to the high.
And you can see the messages earlier talking about the RB1
setup. He was at the class. He made it. Picking up money while you sleep. That's what I like about it. You know, I got a book, Markets Never Sleep. We do, right? But this trade is a classic trade of DTI and mine. And it's one of the core trades I teach people. And they look for the setup, set their watch, and do it. And that's in our Futures program, Futures Plus program.
All right.
I wanted to show that to people, and I captured. Jonathan, save that if you will. The next time that we're really talking strong about futures, I want to bring that out because that's the perfect. You can't get a better picture than that. I can't draw it. Yeah, Laura said it works for the NASDAQ futures also. Absolutely.
Yeah,
in my opinion, anybody that would talk to me today, and I talked to several people this morning, I said it's going to be a big day. And then you had to exercise a lot of patience, in my opinion, when the market opened, because it corrected. This is one thing you learn. The guys on the floor are probably not as smart as you are, market makers, but they like to get on the side of the market. And so you'll see a lot of games being played in that first 30 minutes. And boy, they played it this morning to the hilt as they took the market down initially to get people short that don't know what they're doing and those kind of things. My watchword was patience. I got a new rule. If you have the occasion to talk to me directly, and I talk to a lot of people, I got a new rule. If I like you, and you'll know if I like you in the conversation, I'll give you $500. This morning I had a conversation with Rob. I said, Rob, I'm gonna start a new thing. I think I'm gonna give people, when I talk to him, he's such a nice guy, $500. So I gave him $500. He said, man, it's great to talk to you in the morning. I said, yeah, I think it's worth talking to me to pick up $500 like that. Rob said he took 1,000 off the trade. I love it. Way to go, Rob, in my opinion. Okay. But hey, that's not bad. Now, this is what I've had Jonathan do. He hates doing it, but he's such a great guy. He's pleasing me by putting this slide in there because I like to take a picture of this slide and go listen to some of these things and see how I can improve. And I'm going to do that right now at my convenience because I don't know when I'm going to get time to do it. But there, I got a picture of it. Makes it simple. I know you can go to that one click and do the computer way of doing it, but you know, I guess old fashioned's okay, isn't it?
Well, old fashioned is great. We certainly applaud old fashioned. We also like the convenience of having everything on one click. So, and also, Tom, don't forget Telegram channel. It's a great way to keep up with things at dtitrader.com/telegram. But yeah, the past 5 training trade sessions, you talked about pocket puts yesterday. We've got finding
let's
stocks.
talk about that. I told you I was going to do it this week in TNT. I did not do a pocket put yesterday. I'm a market timer. I will do that market put before the weekend at the right time. That's a big benefit for being in my TNT room. You'll see it in bold print when it's time, but I will put one on and I'll do it before the weekend. So that's the nice thing about being a member of TNT. I try to put money behind the education where it really makes a lot of sense for you, okay? Anyway, just thought that was good.
Yeah, definitely. We also went through the mini mutual fund last Friday. I'm sure we'll have another great presentation this upcoming Friday. Last Thursday, talked about using options to replace stock. And last Wednesday was the first day after the first 3 days. So that was the focus there. Today, our focus is going to be a little bit different. What are we looking at today, Tom? We've got.
All right, here's what we're looking at today. I'm going to get into, talking about day trading, and I'll get into that. But I do believe that Apple is breaking out today. If you look at Apple, 295.55, above that, it's bullish. I've been telling you that's the key number. AGQ, which is a silver play, a very speculative play. I like that. And of course, I like NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I think, is going to be up $5. I don't know if it's going to happen today, maybe tomorrow or whatever. So I use that stock substitution to leverage myself on that NVIDIA because I do believe NVIDIA is going higher. The reason I bring that up because did you notice that the fake news said Jensen wasn't on the airplane? And then President Trump made a statement said Jensen's on the airplane. And I mean, for the life of me, I don't know why they don't give people proper credit, but he is really an outstanding CEO. And I just think it's good, okay? And pretty good.
Yeah, and guys, join us every day for Training Trade because we've always got an interesting topic as we saw with those previous 5 ones, and we're going to have more topics coming your way. So make sure you invite your friends to our Training Trade sessions. That's the session you're in right now. Go to dtitrader.com/train-and-trade. Send them that link, and also copy Jonathan on that row at dtitrader.com, and you will, by referring everybody, be put into a prize drawing that we'll do live at Sawgrass. So make sure if you refer your friends and they're coming in, go ahead and copy that email to row at dtitrader.com. And for those of you who are new in here, who have been referred, let us know about who referred you. And in the meantime, go ahead and refer someone else and you can get in that drawing too. So we look forward to having more and more people join us here at Train and Trade. Now let's get into a couple of things that we have to talk about today. We know that upcoming, Tom, we've got the annual Sawgrass workshop, $9.97. We still have some online seats for that. So call in at 904-706-3532 or go to dtitrader.com/sawgrass to sign up. And if you want to learn a little bit more about it, you can go to that website and learn about it there, dtitrader.com/sawgrass. And that phone number, 904-706-3532. Call in, speak to someone, ask them about it. Everybody will tell you it is a fun time. You can see all the smiles in that picture. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys there. Now, Tom, we've got the T-Buzz weekly trade letter, which is now $49.99 for 1-year access. And
Chuck, let me do this part. We put this out on Monday after the close, and today we unveil our special report that comes out at 10:30. And the idea here is to give you more value than just instead of just putting the report out on Monday. We're going to show you how to take what we say on Wednesday, give you target price for one of the 6 stocks that we pick, And Chuck's written an excellent report, gives you a prediction, not just for today, not for tomorrow, but for the next 45 days where that stock should go. And so the idea here was, since I've got Chuck to help me do this, he put the report together over the weekend with me, and we're going to probably already release. Chuck, is it going to be in the one click there to get it? Is that how they get it?
It should be in one click. I'm not sure if it has already been uploaded. The file is ready to go. It's just a matter of making the link available. So we're checking that. Jonathan just told me that it is in fact up right now. So yeah, you can go to one click, log into the T-Buzz Weekly Trade Letter, and you'll see the update there.
Yeah, and CJ, you're new. If you want to, how would you like to be fast tracked to learn how to make money? If you do, I'll take time and call you this afternoon and give you my way of getting you set up since you're brand new to all this. You want me to do that? I'll do that for you. You'll have to post your number in here and then I'll call you. Leslie, you new too? You'd like me to talk to you? Type your number in there, Leslie. I'll call either today or tomorrow. There's CJ. Let me make sure. From Dallas to CJ? You say I got crap. Let's keep text. Okay? Hold on. 215. That's CJ. I'll be talking to CJ. It's Tracy. Is that how you pronounce it? You can tell me over the phone. I probably don't want to insult you, but I'm from Alabama. I'm lucky if I get it together, right? Okay. Leslie, I got your number 9. So where's 907?
Let's see, 4 hours earlier. That's
Alaska, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that's past Pacific time. Now we got a few more names popping in, and Tom, I can tell you right now,
okay. Hey, Jonathan, you're gonna have to start copying these names because I can call in over the next couple of days to get them started. Sonia wants to know. So far I got CJ, Leslie, and then get Vern and anybody that comes in after that. Okay. I'll get a hold of you. Okay.
And Tom, I'll let you know right now that T-Buzz Weekly Trade Letter, I've already got several people who have gone into one click. They're reading it right now. I can see them online. So that is out there. It is available, and we look forward to hearing the critiques.
Yeah, the good news, Chuck, is we'll take feedback to make it even better. That's why we do it here at DTI. We don't have all the answers. We want to give you what really helps you grow your account. We got enough experience to do it. We can do it. Sometimes we'll change things to make it even better than it comes out. When we do make those changes, we're going to take the letter up to $99 a year. That'd be the next price increase.
Faith, if you're signed if you subscribe to the T-Buzz Weekly Trade Letter, and let me just go ahead and put that back up there, dtitrader.com weekly. If you are subscribed to that, you go into one click. What I do is I just search for T-Buzz Weekly, and it comes up because I've got a bunch of things I'm looking at. But you click on that T-Buzz Weekly, you'll go in there, and there will be a section for the Monday newsletter, and just beneath that, the midweek highlight is the news section. So you can go down to the midweek highlight, click on the update for May 13th, and that's the way you go and find it. I would also recommend, before you look at the highlight, by the way, go ahead and read the May 11th release, which was Monday night, because Jonathan and Tom do an excellent job on that. And quite frankly, there's nothing else that gets put together if they don't get that done first. So read them both. And while you're at it, there's an archive of all the other weekly trade letters that have gone out. So, Tom, if they want to go back and review a little bit of history, You know, past performance is not indicative of future results, but it is up there for everybody to see. All right, let's keep going here. We got the May FTD stocks. Want to take a look at this? Jonathan has given us an update here. We'll see how quickly this fills in. So the VIX currently 18. They're holding steady below 20. You got to like that, Tom. That's a good sign for the market as a whole. S&P and NASDAQ have been moving. We're still waiting on the Dow to join the party. So this part pretty much unchanged. It's been a pretty solid message since the start of May. As we come down and we get into the Magic 5 stocks plus Intel and Tesla and AMD and Micron, you can see this group in here. CoreWeave has fallen off a little bit. We've got Microsoft falling off a little bit. Meta is slowing down. Amazon is slowing down, but Apple is still powering ahead. Intel's still pushing. We've got Google still running. And then, of course, this nice big group right here. I swear this technology play, in the NVIDIAs, the Microns, the Intels of the world, they are doing great. And I think that's really the story of this market so far this year, Tom, is just that AI tech bubble continuing from last year. I shouldn't say bubble, but that AI tech revolution and what we got going on there. And I think Intel coming in, if you really understand what Intel's function is, you can kind of get an idea of why Tom is so bullish on Intel. And we get a little bit into that with that weekly update. So you keep going down the list. Is there anything in particular, Tom, you want to look at in this list? Any stock that?
No, I already looked at it. I will like to call out ADM. That's one stock that I told people that you ought to be considered buying it. It's now at 81.78. This is one of those cases I got busy and forgot, so I'm gonna have to enter it through options, I guess. But it was about 79.80. I said, this thing's breaking out. Maybe it's Sunday night I said it and I forgot all about it. And look at it, 81.78. I like that stock, ADM.
Archer Daniels Midland, always a great stock. So yeah, that's a nice little pick there, and you can see how they've done. Open the year at 57.44. Nice run up to May and continuing to push past that FTD high, 81.75. So we're right there with that 81.78. See if it keeps running. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into our slides. Let me just flip over here. Give me 1 second. Get this up and running for you guys. And how successful is the DTI, or is the FTD algo at DTI? Over a 5-year time period from 2021 to 2025, on the months where the SPY opened any day above the FTD high, there was an 87% success rate for the month to finish positive above the monthly open. So that's what we're looking at right now. That's a pretty good rate of success. We'll see if it continues. Now, using that information plus a lot of other stuff that Tom is going to hint to you guys as we go through training trades, and absolutely when you get down to Sawgrass, Tom, in April, 24 total trades, 23 winners, an excellent 96% success rate. And if you think that's special, let's look at May. 25 total trades so far, 25 winners, 0 losers, 0 break even, 100% accuracy rate. So as you can see, past performance not necessarily indicative of future result. Got it a little bit better in May, Tom.
Well, I'm trying to show people with the tools I use, the roadmap software, MTI by DTI, and the DTI approach to the market. Why would you want to do anything else? I mean, I teach this, unlike a lot of people in this business, I believe in sharing with you what I've learned. And I think that's why we have people that stay with us a long time. I've got people started out, didn't know how to spell the word stocks or options. And next thing I know, they're advanced traders and doing great over the years. And speaking of it, you remember, Bill Sample, right? I talked to him this week. And
He of the arm raised at the class. Yes, I remember.
that's right. He's the guy that started years ago with the DTI salute. We'll do that at Sawgrass. We do it in honor of Bill every year. When we make a winning trade, we stand up. But I want you to learn this the right way. And you got to, you start out with the white papers, and Jonathan probably typed that into the room where people that are new can get it. But the idea here is to get you off to the right start. And look, there's so many ways to make money in the market, whether it's real short term or whether it's intraday or whether you like to swing or go long term. I will show you, if you around me long enough, the different approaches. The nice thing that over 40 years experience brings to the party is that I'm going to show you what not to do. Because I lost a lot of money learning all this stuff, okay? And so if you got any questions before I get started, anybody got any questions about what we said today? Any questions at all? Now's a good time to ask them before I get into the presentation. The presentation I give today should be a legendary presentation, because when I started in this business, Chuck, you know this to be true, I was a day trader. And we started in the futures market years ago. Roadmap was built for the futures market. And then we transitioned to the stock and option market over the years. But are y'all ready to hear about winning the day trading game and how it's going to grow your account? Who's ready? Give me a yes if you're ready. I got to know you're listening. Here it comes. All right, so here it is. There's been a rule around for 25 years. That rule required 25,000 minimum equity in an account, or if you traded more than 3 times in a week, they made you a pattern day trader. Making you a pattern day trader, if you didn't have money to back up your account, okay, really put you at a disadvantage. You couldn't get out of stocks that you needed to get out of because you violate a day trading rule. And they really screwed up what I would call a great thing that traders were able to do. Who did it? People that don't trade, your Merrill Lynch's of the world, I would say, your Fidelity's of the world, carried the day and had this rule implemented years ago, and it hurt so many people. Tom Sosnoff, my good buddy, he started Thinkorswim and Tasty Trade. We've had many discussions over years what a stupid rule and they ought to get rid of it. In fact, this year, I called on everybody here to write their congressman and talk to the people. And I gave you French Hill's name, the head of I did some research. He was head of the Financial Service Committee. And then I found out, talking to a few members, they didn't know what this rule was. They didn't know what they were doing. But to their credit, they listened. And now we've got a date that effective June the 4th, 2026, you will no longer need 25,000 in your account to make money. I think it's somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500. Ask Jonathan to get up to speed, become an expert on the minimum requirement, but it's a lot less than 25,000, which means you'll be able to day trade. This is the first step towards 24-hour trading with options. They're going to have so much business out of people, they're going to be overwhelmed. So they got to do it in phases. Anyway, this is an exciting period of time to be involved. And I talked to several people, and people asked me to put together some of the things I've learned over the years to teach you where you'll avoid what I did learning this stuff. I've been working to perfect the art of day trading for 40 plus years. I have procedures and timing to put the odds immediately in your favor. And things that would take you years to learn, I will teach it to you. Okay. And you can use it for stock, you can use it for options, you can use it for futures. And I'm going to teach all three during the 7 lessons. Why did I pick 7 lessons? Well, you know me very well. You know my favorite baseball player of all time was Mickey Mantle from Oklahoma. And 7 was his number. So I said, I can teach this in 7 lessons and make you very proud to be a member. Now I limited. I had a couple of qualification rules. Number 1, I want you to have the roadmap software. If you don't have it, that's going to cost you $99 to get a month worth of the roadmap, because it makes a lot more sense to get it if you do that. Secondly, I said these in-depth lessons are going to take me a lot of time to put together. And if y'all want me to do the work, this is outside the realm of normal. This is something no one expected. This is something that I'm going to do and take these 100 people to what I call the place they need to go. These in-depth lessons will give you setups that I use and use for the last 30 plus years. I'll tell you what not to do, how to set up where you trade futures, options, or stocks. And you're going to love it, because what I'm going to teach, we will have out there as our statement, how to day trade. And we're going to do it before June the 4th to prepare you. And so people are excited. In fact, we took an indication of interest and had over 35 people with one slide that said, I'm going to do it. And they've been processing those, okay? And they've been doing it. The roadmap software, Sonia, is $99. John's going to put a link in there. You can get it and we'll show you. We'll take over your computer, get it set up. You'll be ready to go. The first class, okay, to learn what I call intellectual property. Where did I get that intellectual property? Through years and years of figuring out how to do this. I'm not coming new into the game of day trade. These proprietary methods I'm going to teach, you won't get anywhere else in the world. How do I know that? I've seen the world in 40 years. Most people will talk to you about moving averages and stuff like that, or patterns, MACD, relative strength. You've heard all the terms they use. I won't use that. I will use the tape of the market to tell us where to go. I will use time of day to tell you where to go. Okay? And that's the beautiful thing about it. Now, it's going to go parabolic. One of my students just typed in, you ought to buy a brokerage. I agree. There's some brokerage companies I'll give you during these lessons, the ones I would buy. Some of them will do a lot better than others based on their software of execution. That's coming. It's going to go parabolic. It's going to be so big. Now, if you do not know the art of day trading, you're going to get left behind by the people I teach. I promise you, I'll put my people I teach up against anybody who thinks they're a trader. And they will make more money, lose less money, and be a smile on their face. The art of day trading and the art of winning is part of stock, options, and futures. Now, my goal is to give you a complete education in day trade before this rule change takes effect June 4th and changes the game. Now, if everybody takes every spot I have today, my 100 spot, I will kick off June the 4th live with you as a big bonus, not included in here, that you'll get to be part of. Okay? You might think, well, I don't want to be a day trader. I don't need to learn the art of day trade, but let me be very clear. Before you go long term, before you go with a swing trade, you better learn what I'm going to teach you. The effects of this rule change will be wide ranging, having a major impact no matter how you trade. Now, the first trade setup will trigger in the morning off RBX. It happens at 7 o'clock in the morning. Why is that important? 7 o'clock in the morning is when people around the globe open up their pre-market trading. as a majority. That will change over time, but I will show you how if you want to get up and trade that time. This is Eastern time. I trade this trade every morning. Now, the problem is you got to trade either in stocks or futures. I will show you some ways to trade stocks during that time period, as well as futures during that time period. That's at 7 o'clock in the morning. Classic setup. That's setup number one you'll learn. Setup number two is the big one that happens between 9:30 and 10. That's why I typically do not have any meetings between 9:30 and 10. Why? Because my hands are full as I'm setting up my trades for the day. This setup will lead you to futures, options, and stocks at 9:30 to 10. On the right side, people say, well, Tom, how did you know to get in NVIDIA at 66? The day I got in, not NVIDIA, Intel, I always say NVIDIA, Intel at 66, it was a positive RB3. It was set up, I was waiting for it to swing. Every week we do it. This is an important time period to pay attention. Now, if you miss that time period, you need to go back and look at it because it really gives you a course of action for the day, 9:30 to 10. The next setup is the famed Genesis trade. This is the second half of the day. Say you sleep in, you don't get out of bed, and you just go with it. We have made this so great for people. I'm going to show you how, if you like him, who likes to do income trades? This is one of my favorite things to do after Genesis. You know, where you put on trades and just let things expire for you on options. Well, I'll teach you how to do it in this 11:30 to 12 time period. And I'll even teach you how to day trade do it. That makes it great. Now, the cost of the software is $99 a month, CJ. Or if you upgrade to a year, they'll sell it to you for a year. The next phase is in the afternoon. We did live trading with a group of people during RB4. Who attended my live trading on RB4 this year? Well, actually, we started in October, and you convinced me to do it the first 3 months of the year. I was glad to get that over with because it was a lot of work. But they learned how to trade RB4, something we hardly ever talk about. We're only 90% accurate this year. Not bad. But I'm going to show you how to day trade using RB4. Setup number 5 is all about trading to close and setting up for the overnight session. Still a day trade, by the way, if you get out. A major focus alongside stock opportunity as well as option opportunity. That will be at 3:30 to 5. Setup number 6 is the last trade overnight where I'll integrate what you saw this morning with that slide that my futures people got. I'll show you how the setup works. It's simple, straightforward with futures, but you can also use that setup for stocks. And I'll show you how to balance stocks at night that you can use it. Pretty nice that I'm going to be able to integrate those two setups from setup number 6. Setup number 7 will be, we'll take all these and have crystal rules for everybody to use each and every day. You'll be able to print that off. You want to remember everything, you just say, hey, I'm trading at 10. You can go review it. You have a piece of paper, call it the executive summary of day trading. It's lesson number 7. That is the 7 lessons. That's what I'm going to deliver. Who's excited about me doing this? By the way, I'm excited about teaching it too. I've only been waiting 25 years to get that stupid rule out of the way. Our goal is to prepare you for the rule change that will rock the markets. All right, the price limited to 100 is $749. You go to dtitrader.com/day. If you're going to sign up, I got to count down. So say I'm doing it where I could go on and scratch you off the 100, get my 100 people, okay? If you're signing up, I know some people's already did. Jennifer's already in. Bob's in. Barbara's in. Charlie's in. Don's in. Richard's in. If you're a gold medallion enter, you get a special price of 50% off. Carol's in. I'm doing it now. Golly. Pam's in. Laura's in. She just came to a $5,000 class. You think she's made her money back? Absolutely. Jonathan, what about all that? Keep up with all these to tell me how many we got down to. I want to get this 100 out of the way. Timothy's in. Alan's in. Robin's in. Crystal's in. Rob Jeffers is already in. He bought in this morning when he got that conversation. I gave him the $500 for calling up. He turned into 1,000. You got to copy the link in the room, Bob. Copy the link in the room. John, post that link in the room where people can do it. He's trying to copy from the thing. Call Kelly or Jonathan. David's in. Bob's in. My best count, we've had about 40 people sign up. That's my best count. Bruce is in. We'll record it. We'll record it for you. Get it now. Watch it. And I'll probably do another one later on. We'll see. You still get the 50% off prize. Hey, Roz, put your phone number in here. I want to talk to you. Call Kelly, Jonathan, Kareem, if you're gold medallion, okay? Roz, you gonna type your number here where I can call you? Might be tomorrow, but I'll call you. All right, we'll count up everybody that's in, so we'll see where we are. But what I'd like to do, let's give why don't we, Christians, let's take, if we can, let's take, what is it, 5? Let's take 5 minutes, Jonathan, and then go to a live market and come back and answer questions. Give everybody a chance to sign up. We can count it. Tell me slots we got left with this one. Fred's in. All right. Fred called me the other day. He had NVIDIA, and I said something screwed up, and I gave him a trade. Hey, Fred, you see why talking to me pays you? All right, I'm gonna go get some water, and I'll be right back. Jonathan, you got anything to say? Oh, Jonathan, Chuck, anybody else? I'm only gonna charge y'all 10% of the total price. Right, Jennifer. Exactly. I hope so too, Maria. Any questions or anybody got any questions? Because I'm gonna make anybody that's here today is gonna get a trade from me when I finish. Because besides doing this, I've got a trade I'm gonna just give you today, okay? Margaret, the name of the program is Day Trading: The Art of Winning in Stock Options and Futures. Rob, call Kelly. Sure you can. You can use any account. You're in, Rob. Just wait till you talk to Kelly, okay? I know you want in. When the timer runs out, the first class will be next Monday at 12:30. The first class. Jonathan, make sure you post the $99 deal on the roadmap because some people need to get that, okay? Okay. Let's go to a live market. I'm going to show you how to make, y'all want to, who wants to make 500 bucks? Okay, first thing we're going to do is look at the E-mini. We're in what we call the Genesis hour. What's the high and low of Genesis right now?
Tom, I got a 74.47 high of Genesis and a 74.34 low.
All right, are you closer to the high or the low?
Closer to the high.
Okay, so does everybody see RB, what is that, RB2, which happened at 5 in the morning? What's the high of that RB2?
That looks like the high of the day, which is 74.54.
54, let's just call it 55. Folks, if we get a continuation day Okay. If we get a continuation day, then the target on the E-mini will be first 74.70, write this number down, 74.75 to 74.85. Everybody got those two numbers? Write those numbers down. If we get a continuation day, in other words, the E-mini goes above 55. All right, the next market I want you to look at is NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA is breaking out. Does everybody see that on NVIDIA? What's the target on NVIDIA if it breaks out and goes above that high?
Yeah, Roadmap's got target on this at 229.
Okay, that's today's target on NVIDIA. Now, let's show you how to make at least $500 if you do 5 contracts, okay? So let's go to a live market and look at a brokerage firm, whichever one you want to do, and find this is an aggressive play on NVIDIA. Let's go to the 225, 220 put sell and tell me what you got out 14 days. How much will they pay us? That's a 225, 220 out 14 days.
Put spreads marked at 2.25.
2.25. So if you did 5 of them, you'd make $1,000, right? How much money would you have to put up to do that $5 spread?
5 at 2.25 or at 220. Locking the price so it doesn't change again. Your max profit is $1,100. Your max loss is $1,400.
Okay, so 1,100 over the risk you're taking would be what kind of return if NVIDIA is above 225 at expiration day?
1,100 over 1,400. Risk is that's 70 something, 78%. Looks like it.
78%. Okay, and what date expiration do you have?
You wanted 14 days out, so that's May 27th.
All right, go out another 5 days, take it into June, and tell me what you get paid.
June 5th, you get paid the same amount, looks like about 2.25, maybe 5 cents more.
All right, let's do June 5th. Let's do a 5 lot there, and we'll post this trade inside TNT, and we'll follow along inside TNT, tell you what we do with it. So we're going to bring in how much money?
2.25. It's, everybody's got a different risk tolerance, so plan your trade accordingly.
Right, you got to plan your. So if you did a 5 lot, your margin would be what? What would your margin be if you did a 5? You'd make 5 times that number. 2.25 would be about $1,000. If you did a 5 lot, you'd have to put up. If you did a 2 lot, you'd put up maybe $400. That'd give you right at $500. So Bruce, you got your $1,000 make. You put up 2,000. Everybody's there. Sean says, "What's the all bets off number for this trade?" You already got it in there, and that is the put you're buying to protect you, Sean. You don't need to worry about it.
How about a target? Tell me what target.
Huh?
Do you want a target?
Yeah, my target is 10% of what I sell it for. So if I sell it for $2, right? What's 10% of $2?
About 21 cents or so is what it'd be.
There's my target. Now I'm going to do this trade myself. Give me a second. June 5th, right?
June 5th is correct.
I call this kind of trade a Cadillac trade. Why do I call it a Cadillac?
to be able to get it anywhere between 225 to 228-ish.
Sonia asked a great question. How do I know this is a winner? She's new. Sonia. Only thing I have is my track record of what I do. I'm going with my track record. Who's going with me on this? You got a lot of good customers of mine going with me. And I think that's pretty good. We'll see. I think it's going to work. Why do I think NVIDIA is going to work going out to June that way above 225? Somebody asked me. Put NVIDIA stock in there, if you will.
We're looking at a 30-minute chart of NVIDIA now.
Okay, put a daily in there. Where's the target on the daily buy signal?
236.5.
Well, I've been trading NVIDIA for quite a while now, and it's at a lifetime high. Sean, anytime I'm doing a trade like this, I always go to my Cadillac style because I'm not sitting here with you. Now, if you were sitting right here with me today, I could sit here and do a call contract and make money today, but that's why I gave myself enough time out to June 5th to make it work, and I'll keep up with it in my TNT room. A Cadillac trade, that's a great question. Everybody knew a Cadillac trade for me is one I don't have to watch every little tick. John, the buyback is 21 cents. Sonia, you'd have to be sitting here for me to give you the trade I'd really do on NVIDIA, okay? I don't mean to not tell you that, but I don't want to throw it out there. Somebody might make it and screw it up. I don't like to see customers lose money. All right, so that's it. Let's go back to the presentation. And I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock for my Wednesday on the web. Any last minute questions anybody have? Sonia, we meet at 8 o'clock tonight, 8 Eastern time. How many people enjoyed this session? Me too. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. We'll have a great time on this journey together. Day trading, the art of winning. Stock options and futures. Now remember, we got a referral program going right now. It's going to be pretty big when we have that drawing in Sawgrass, okay? So refer people here, 11 o'clock. Oh, a couple announcements. How many people How many people listen to me on T-Buzz TV? T-Buzz TV. Adam is setting up T-Buzz TV. The only way you're going to get it in the future is you'll have to go to YouTube and get it. What's our YouTube website, Jonathan?
DTItrader.com/YouTube. I'm posting it now.
I'm not going to do it on Telegram anymore, not T-Buzz TV. I'm taking it to YouTube, and I'm going to make it a little longer, okay? Not much longer, maybe 5 minutes max. Jonathan, why don't you play the days, if you will? Play the days. Can you do that before we go? I'd like to hear it myself. Play the days, T-Buzz TV. It was a long one. It's about 3 minutes. See what I said.
Okay, 1 second. I'll do that. Find the one from this morning.
See what I was thinking this morning.
Hey, good morning, folks. A little different view this morning. I said I'm going to go out and walk and think about what I'm going to say because I think today's an important day. Today is Wednesday. A couple things are going to happen today. Number one, I have a pivot number of 7425. Yesterday was a profit-taking day. I believe it's over, just looking at some of the stocks. MU, for example, is at 814. Now think about that. 818 is its lifetime high. That's pretty good. I've made the comment that past the moon, headed to Mars. Well, it's headed to Mars, all right. Some people say it's going to make it to 1,000. I don't know. I just tell you, it gets hot in the evening, and there's ways to play that. We'll talk about that maybe at Trainer Trade or someplace that I have a little time to explain what I do with it. It's pretty easy setup if you don't mind buying stock in the evening. But who would? You know, depending if you have 1 share or 100 shares. But I want to talk a little bit about the structure of the market. We're approaching all-time highs. Again, my pivot number is 7425. President Trump is stopped over at Alaska, contrary to the news. Jensen's on board now, Air Force One headed to China. NVIDIA's making record highs. What do you do with a stock making record highs? What I do, if RB3 is bullish, I buy it. That's the key about the reference bar system. It lets you get into these stocks rather than sitting there on the side and being fearful. So I'll keep this one limited to 2. I got a couple upcoming changes. We're going to start posting T-Buzz TV and YouTube channel. So you'll have to go there in the morning. I'll make it a little longer. Adam's going to try to get me set up. We'll probably make that transition next week. So you got that to look forward to. Today, our newsletter, the new special feature comes out after 10:30. Hope everybody's going to enjoy the new special feature of our weekly newsletter. So we got that coming out. And of course, I'll be live today, analyzing, interpreting, and trying to figure out a way to execute and make us some money. Our track record for the month has been off the charts. It's like baseball. You don't want to talk about it too much when you're throwing a perfect, but it looks pretty good to me. Last month was fantastic. Our goal, I'm going to introduce something today that contains both proprietary information and intellectual property. I've worked on it for 40 years. If you got my book, Winning the Day Trading Game, I'm going to take you to a different level of how to day trade with the upcoming change in the market, and there will be one. We're gonna be able to take advantage of that through 7 lessons prior to June 4th, when they remove the stops on the smaller accounts. My goal is to take the smaller accounts and help you making big accounts without making mistakes that I made trying to learn this game. A lot of important information. So, see everybody at 11. We're only going to take 100 people on this journey. So you got to be one of the 100. We got, I think, 30 people already have told us they wanted the spot. So that'd be down to 70. I'll be talking about it today. And then Monday at 12:30, we'll have our first class. give everybody a chance to do what the necessary part, the preamble, I call it, to get ready. So let's have a great day. You ought to be smiling. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side.
I went about 3 minutes, which is really about 3 minutes longer than I normally take in the morning, but I'm probably going to go up to 5 minutes once I get to YouTube. If Adam will get me set up, it makes it easy to do. But there's so much more I can let you know. So T-Buzz TV getting an upgrade, I guess, and we'll see how that goes. But generally speaking, for people, I'll post it usually about the same time, 7 to 7:30 in the morning. If you get up, you can get it. And anyway, just thought that I'll let everybody know what's coming with T-Buzz TV. That was Adam's idea. I said, I'll do it. He said, I think he said, he was telling me, Roger talked for an hour. I said, I'm not talking for an hour. I'll talk for 5 minutes max. And Emily, the girl I'm working with, says, I get to the point, don't I? I'm a trader. Get to the point. Let's make some money, right? That's why we're here. Thank you. I want to take my hat off to everybody that joined me today for Day Trading, the Art of Winning. This thing's pretty good, so I'm glad y'all joined. And we'll make sure everybody knows, Sonia. Adam's got to do that today, get it set up and all that. I don't know what it's going to be, but whatever it is, we'll get it set up, make sure everybody's got clarity there, okay? Just as quality, not quantity. You got that right. All right. That's all I got. Jonathan, great job. Give Jonathan a hand for putting this thing together today for me to slide. Okay. The target I have is 75. If 75 on the E-mini. 75 is my daily target now. Okay. You get that from go looking at TNT. I posted it this morning at 5 o'clock. 75. Jennifer, how you doing, girl? You doing good? Aren't you glad you came to Sawgrass? Got involved? She was going down the wrong road. She'd be out of here if she hadn't realized she was at the right place. Wait, make it work, Peg. Make it work. Thank you. Bye-bye.